Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is May 12th, 2026, and we are looking at Proverbs chapter 12, and we are going to look at verse 4. Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 4. A capable wife is her husband's crown, but a wife who causes shame is like rottenness to his bones. You know, I've actually talked about this verse in the past, and it is a wife of good character is her husband's crown. But a wife who is ashamed is like rottenness to his bones. It's another way to read that. And as I was reading it again this morning, I got to thinking about something. It's not just talking to my wife here. It's a general statement on how we interact with those closest to us. Now, obviously, Solomon is talking to his sons, and he's teaching them. And so the reason it says a wife, a capable wife, a wife of good character is her husband's crown, right? But a wife who causes shame or a wife who is ashamed, it can be read either way, is like rottenness to his bones. And as I was reading that part this morning, I realized something, a husband who is ashamed of his wife or causes shame to his wife is like rottenness to her bones too. I don't know how many times things will be going right in my life, and then I will have accomplished something, and a comment gets made by anyone that leaves me feeling that I was less than approved of. Even if it was something a little bit different of an area, somebody says something that leaves me thinking I was a little less than approved of, and it doesn't matter how good of a thing I've accomplished and how good I feel about life, I'm undone. If my wife is disappointed in a thing, it doesn't matter all the good things I've done. I'm coming apart inside. But the reality is, that's true for how I treat others as well. Doesn't matter how many good things that people do, if I treat them poorly or they think I am thinking negatively about them, it's like rottenness to their bones. It's a lesson I need to get much better at. Not to enable people to continue doing stupid, but to encourage in doing the things they're doing well. And it comes down to speaking truth in love. And that doesn't always look the same as I expect it to. And it definitely doesn't look the same as what the world says it does. My wife can tell me she's super proud of me for getting all the work done I got done yesterday, and that I deserved the rest that I got as well. And then say 10 minutes later, how come you didn't do my laundry? Meaning something completely different, but those were the words that came out of her mouth, and all of a sudden everything I did that was good is gone, right? I can be having a conversation with one of you, and and we're talking, and I'm telling you about the fact that you've accomplished so much in such a short time, and then in a moment of I'm tired or I just need to get back to what I was doing, I bluntly say, no, you need to do this, without any of the, you did everything okay, but if you adjusted it to this, you'd be more in line with what God wants, or more in line with what's expected of you, or whatever it is, right? It's just the difference in the way I say it. But it says the same thing. One empowers, strengthens, grows, and the other, it's rottenness to the bones. It can actually cause great distress and sickness in someone. But the reality is, correction is love. But correction needs to be done with love as well. Unfortunately, most of us have bad examples of what that's supposed to look like. And so we do it wrong. God was talking to me about that this morning when I read this verse. It wasn't just about having a wife that didn't embarrass you. A capable wife, a wife of good character, a friend of good character is your crown. They keep you looking good. But if you're ashamed of them, if you cause shame for them, you correct them publicly instead of privately. Praise publicly, correct privately is the best way to do things, right? If they do it the opposite way, it is destructive. It's eating, it's devouring, and it's difficult. We can learn those lessons together. Just something for us to remember today as we go interact with all those around us. Guys, I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.